Jack?
Hey, Jack.
You're on mute.
Here I am.
There you are. How we doing?
I just finished eating. I'll let you know in a minute.
All right, sounds good. We'll call this to order then, 7:05. All right. Both of you guys were here for the minutes on January 10th?
Yes.
Well,
I
make them,
Yeah, you were here.
they all
I can
good?
make a motion to approve the minutes for January 10th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Looks like we can open the continuation of public hearing for definitive plans for Muddy Brook Estates. So, Bob, before we go too much further here, what's the status with
On street,
Pond Street?
if you move the wall.
Okay, so you never came to conservation, though, with a plan to do any of that you talked about, right? Just went and did it?
No, we just did it based on the email that we received from the inmates out of it, it was to keep online.
So it's all done?
The wall, we haven't hit the fence in yet. The fence
Okay.
gotta go in and then the planting, so.
Planting.
We probably, you're going to put them up a bond, so we can make sure that, because I don't know when the next town meeting is, but once I get that road accepted this year.
We're at that Point Hill.
On the same sheet. Is it all curbing, topped, everything?
Everything's ready to go, yeah. We actually submitted the plans last year, or the year before,
Right.
last year, I think, because we couldn't get through Concom approval,
Right.
so.
But aren't you gonna do an as-built on the new lot and the way they changed it?
They're gonna have to do that, they're gonna have to put that together. Well, it's basically gonna show that, the new land.
That's for Concom, that's not.
Well, you didn't change the lot line for the land, because we couldn't do that.
No, we didn't change the lot line at all.
No.
It's just, the lot.
You just took the existing conditions out, and changed them to,
Right. We
took the-
staked the lot line, and then we're gonna put a fence along the lot line. And then
took the wall out that was on the town-owned property. Right?
Right.
All right,
Basically,
because, I mean,
because they wanted-
until we get that problem resolved, there's really not gonna be much, we probably can approve under conditions, but there won't be any lot releases or any work to be done there.
I understand that, yeah.
Okay. Good.
Well, I mean, maybe Jeff should speak first.
Well, did you have all your issues resolved from Bob?
We issued our third review letter earlier today, and Bob did respond this afternoon. But if I could, let me summarize where Graves Engineering is at with this whole subdivision. We issued our first review letter quite a while ago. There were waivers that were requested that both the Highway Department and I recommended the board not approve. The plans were then revised to eliminate the waiver request for which we had concerns. And basically, the plans, there were no major engineering issues then, but the plans did propose up to 15 feet of fill to create the road with the horizontal alignment they had. Based upon those plans, we issued our second review letter. And then Gary and Halnan went back and they revisited the layout, horizontal layout of the road, and what they did with this last set of plans, for which we issued a review letter earlier today, they moved the road a little farther up the hill, if you will, because the lot essentially is like this. And in doing so, they reduced the amount of fill by about 6 feet on average. The cul-de-sac was essentially in the same place it was. It was shifted maybe, 40 or 60 feet in one direction. The stormwater basin was essentially where it was originally proposed. But the long kink, if you will, was kind of shortened up a little bit. And as of today, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, we had about four comments that we suggested engineering revisions. The most major, I would say, of which was that there was something amiss with the hydrology calculations, and Bob did send things over to me today in electronic format, but I just did not have the chance to look at them.
So pretty much everything that he addressed, or will be addressed.
According to the letter, he had addressed them.
Yeah, it was just that, the last time I made the change, the last thing I did was submit the hydrograph for showing that the basin would empty within 72 hours. So in doing that, I changed the time so that the hydrograph wasn't big, I would have big, long multiple sheets.
Oh, is that what it was?
And then when it came time to make this change, that was before I just the road, had to make the changes. I never even went back and noticed that I had changed it, so.
Okay.
When I did it, because I was confused when I did the summary, how the numbers had changed so drastically from the first time.
And I was too.
Then I thought, oh, wait, because we just take these reports and we just change the numbers and change, change the names around.
Yep.
I said, oh, they didn't change these numbers on the last one, probably from Applewood or something, But, no, so that makes sense today when I finish it up.
So I guess at the end of the day, you can address the concerns.
Yeah,
That's
I
basically-
didn't send him the full report, I just sent him the sheet that showed the changes, just so that he could quickly review it
Yep.
today, but, yeah, I'll submit, if you close the hearing, I'll put together a package of everything changed.
Damon.
All stamped up and resubmitted.
There was a paper on the last page, what he's talking about.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, I know you were
Okay.
gonna speak.
I would like to have the opportunity to review those changes, and this board has customarily had me confirm that the revisions are in order before endorsing any plans, but
Right.
I would-
We can put that as, contingent to all that, if that was what the board wanted to do.
certainly.
Okay.
And again, Mr. Chairman, they are issues that are minor in nature in that they don't require redesign of the subdivision or any major things like that.
Stuff on the-
If they were such, I'd tell you, I
Hold on.
wouldn't
Okay.
condition it.
No, I understood, thank you.
So the biggest change from the original design is the fact that we took this road that used to pump out like this. We shifted up the hill. When I went as far up the hill as I figured I could, and still it had locations where I could fit septic systems on these hills. There's some flat spots in some areas, so I wanted to make sure that I would be able to put septic systems up on these upper lots. What it did was it eliminated the open space for the eastern portion of the lot. These lots go right to the property line. But it increased the open space along Muddy Brook in the wetlands area in here. This open space got increased.
So you just moved the open space, you didn't you didn't take anything away from the open space?
Well, it was 21.7 acres of open space, and it turned out to be 21.1 acres.
Yeah,
But still like.
Still enough that you can comply.
It still meets the criteria, still 68% of the site is open space.
What is the grade now, Bob, for the road?
Grade stayed the same, it's still 8% max, and 3% through the cul-de-sac, and 4% up at the top here.
4% at the top now?
Got a leveling area, yeah.
Okay.
That was part of it. So, that was a big change.
Where's the access for the open space?
Access to the open space, this is all open space, see this here?
So all the
Right here in the
dark,
cul-de-sac.
all the dark area is
Yeah,
open
there's no-
space?
And actually, it doesn't show up here, but right here, there's a driveway to a parking area.
That shows on this drawing a little bit. Very delayed.
Yeah, I
Jack
see
and
it.
I had talked earlier today, and, the land doesn't get conveyed over to the town until the end. So we don't have a problem like we just had.
Correct, yes,
So what we're going to be looking for, not that we need to get there right now, but if there was a need to get onto the proposed open space that the town's gonna take over eventually, would there be something that we could put into conditions if they wanted to get in there and do any testing for wells for that property that they're trying to do on the other, off of Millville? off of Providence?
I'm sure that Mr. Alfonso will give you permission.
We could get something in writing if we needed it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Jack?
Yeah, if I may, Bob, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this, but access from the cul-de-sac, proposed cul-de-sac through the open space is critical to the town, especially for the development of an affordable housing project. And I know the chair does not want to make the condition to go first that you will convey the property. So therefore, I'm thinking of some language that you'll agree to allow access. And the access I can outline, I can work with you on. If you want, I can have town council do it. But as long as we can verbally have an agreement here, we can work out the details so that the town continuously has access, as stated, until the land's conveyed to the town, something like that.
But I think that, I don't want to see that access to allow to go in there and start to do any construction or anything like that. But if they need to go in there and exploratory research, I think that's okay. I mean, I don't feel that this applicant is probably not gonna sit on this property for 3 or 4 years. It's probably gonna get in there and do what he's gonna do and get it done and get out of there. Yeah, so I don't think that, I can't speak for, Mr. McHenry, or whoever is involved in that, but I don't see them getting to a point where they're gonna be needing to go in there and do anything crazy before the town owns the land.
Well, let me just say, I hear you, David. But there has to be some reasonable time, and you can't guarantee that they'll get it done within a certain amount of time. If you let me work with Bob on this, I think we can come to some agreement through conditions or an agreement that's a legal agreement that allows access limited for a certain amount of time, and that if it's prolonged, then we go to another step. And I just haven't thought about that. But we can't, this is an opportunity that the town needs to keep open for itself. This is an important project, as well as their project is important.
If you show me where you want the access and where you're thinking of putting it, if it doesn't go through wetlands, or we can, before the plans are endorsed, we can add an easement that goes away. I mean, it's an easement to the town, on town land, but when it goes away.
Complicated than that, Bob, only because I don't think we know exactly where it is, because it's private property and we haven't been on it. So, again,
Okay, you could have that conversation. I mean, yeah, I'm not, I mean,
And I can see mostly, you probably want to go off in this direction like this.
this thing is, you can come on up here if you'd like to. This is just at the end of the cul-de-sac to just allow access to the town. The town's gonna end up owning the property.
And the town keeps-
Come on over, you can come over here.
Is this gonna be access through the school district to the affordable housing?
No. The affordable housing will end up going on the other side, off of Providence
it's
Road.
access so that they can develop a well for the affordable housing.
Put a well there.
Affordable housing's at 52 Providence Street.
On the other side of the Muddy Brook.
By the highway area?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like over like,
Senior Citizen Center.
Jack Vincent used to have his barn there in that area, I don't know, years ago.
But they need a water source.
Yeah, that's a place where they
Where
can,
the well is.
that's the place where they could sink a well that would supply a public water supply to that.
Yeah, we noticed the engineers recently going out there to OTAC, looking for a place to put a well.
That's not you. I don't know.
Oh, we asked them, and they said, we're doing it for the town.
Oh, maybe they are doing some exploratory out there. The town,
Jay, Dan knows
If
about
I
it.
can,
Oh.
David, I think the town has hired a surveyor to survey the affordable housing portion.
that's owned by the town already.
Correct.
Yeah, they're surveying wetlands, because they came to CPA for money
Okay, so they're delineating the wetlands that are probably around Muddy Brook so that they can see how close they can get to the,
We
you
did
know,
that 5 years ago.
you guys,
I don't know if it's Topo that did that. Well, we probably got behind the senior center, we did. They had made
that's a little further down maybe,
We
or
got
no?
to the town for a feasibility study.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right, Jackie, you done, or did you get some questions from the,
Well, I know that the proponents, there's some other features in the open space as far as maintenance of the open, putting in a deed restriction, which eventually has to happen. That the developer must mark the open space boundaries with signs.
According to the bylaw.
The open space will be surveyed, and, I think that's about it. I can craft that into a, decision easily.
We have
Some of
submitted
the
a plan.
requirements within the open space bylaw.
We have submitted a plan showing the open space with the monuments that
Correct.
yeah, I mean, and that's gonna be something that conservation will be addressing as long, I mean, in conjunction with planning board also, you know.
Right.
So we can, hopefully, everybody can kind of keep an eye on it,
Right.
work together. Is there any,
I wasn't present for the initial presentation. Saw the conventional plan, it made sense,
yeah,
conventional subdivision plan.
Yep, we submitted.
oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Any questions from the audience? Anybody on, Dan, anybody got the hand raised there? Excuse me.
Mr. Chairman, what are the 5 waivers they're looking for?
The road, sidewalk on one side, and,
Which is,
in soil testing.
I mean, the sidewalk on one side for a road that length is pretty common. We still stayed with the same width of the road, though, we didn't change any of that.
24 feet.
The road width has not changed. The subdivision rules and regs call for a traveled way of 28 feet wide. They requested a waiver to 24 feet wide, and there was no issue with that since this plan was first discussed at the last public hearing I
The
was
fire
at, which
department's
is,
okay with the 24.
that has not changed any.
Is
The other
it-
waiver requests relative to grade, of the grade at the intersection, the maximum grade, those were all taken off the table.
Yeah,
So there's only 2?
There's, yeah, I count 5, they're on the plan sheet, Barry. If you like, I'll read them, Mr. Chairman.
yes, please.
Why don't we go through them?
Yep,
Okay.
We know.
yep.
The first waiver request is from section 3.3.2.17, and that's concerning tree inventory. That's identifying trees that are to remain and showing them on the plan. And with the amount of cut and fill along the roadway, the trees are gonna come down.
It's not gonna clear cut though, right, Bob?
No. It showed a limited clearance on,
Yep.
it showed a limited clearance. It got more on the hill because we had to cut into the hill to make little paths and houses and so forth.
Yep. But again, it'll be less on the other side.
Well, well, yeah.
You're limited to there anyway, right? Because you have 200, yeah.
Second waiver request is from 3.3.2.21, and that's to show cross-sections of the right-of-way every 50 feet. It's pretty much old school, but it's still in the regulations. The next waiver request, number 3, is 5.2.1.1. The minimum width of the traveled way is required to be 28 feet. They're proposing 24 feet. Number 4, section 5.2.1.1, sidewalk on one side of the street instead of both sides of the street. And lastly, 3.3.4, soil survey and percolation tests on the lots. it would be at their risk if they can't perk the lot.
Thank you.
And based on the soil survey that's performed by the Soil Conservation Service, it's supposed to be in A and B soils.
So you're not gonna do any soil testing?
No, probably not till the road is cut in, and we can get some decent equipment out there.
Mr. Chairman, they did provide soil testing results after the infiltration of stormwater basin.
You will not have soil testing done, but you're gonna have to do something for Board of Health eventually, right?
Yeah, we will, yes. Like I said, when the road is cut in and we
You know, then you'll go in and do the,
know where the lots are and the sanitation, so we can figure out where
probably
to
be able
go.
to see a little bit better
Yeah.
what's going on.
Well, where's the cistern going?
Cistern is going right up here. Did you see that right there? That's the location if you found
Okay,
the
yeah.
fire department.
So close to
Okay.
Daniels Road.
Yeah.
So you're close to Daniels Road, that's a,
All right, that's a
Not
small
bad
thing.
thing.
See, I can
Where's the
see
gas
it.
line, Bud?
Okay,
got a few
That's
thousand
why
gallons.
this is that yellow.
Okay.
right there.
So you're gonna be near the gas line with the cistern?
Yes.
It's like you'll be right on the edge, because you gotta stay, what, 50 feet off the gas line easement? They don't want you like a no, I think it's a no disturb.
No, I don't think so. I didn't have to do that.
Recently, when we were just doing that 44 Hartford, but
Yeah, but.
they wanna know what's going on
Depends
anyway,
the easement,
either
depends on the
way.
easement.
Did you have a question?
Was that cistern on that?
Right up here by the-
Right up by the intersection.
Yeah, like you're saying, by gang.
Yep.
I mean, gives you guys a little bit more water access to,
Fire protection for Daniels Road.
you know,
That's the location that the chief wanted it to 5 feet.
that's what they usually do, so that it kinda helps it feeds the subdivision, but again, it feeds, God forbid somebody ever needs it on Daniels Road that's there. Any other questions?
Therese Green, 2 Daniels Road. Is there a length of time that this will be going on? Is there a proposal, 2 years, 3 years, 1 year?
Well, I mean, Applewood's been less than 2 years, so it's probably gonna be a couple of years. It'll be a couple of years, just because
Are
of
you
the.
preparing a funds or
No, that's why I'm saying, maybe 3 years,
2 years?
maybe 2 to 3 years, yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
How long did it take to do Pond Street?
Pond Street was 16 lots, so
This
there's a
is
lot
only-
more
this is
houses,
only
so,
eight.
yeah. There's only 8, so.
Jack, you good?
Ann Mazur has her hand up on
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, Ann, go ahead.
Hi, I just have a question on the first waiver. It's not to do a tree inventory, was that what was said?
Yes.
So, I mean, my concern would be, are they just gonna clear cut the whole area then?
No. You just said they're gonna cut what they need to do the septic systems, the road, and the houses. They're gonna try to keep as many trees as possible around the houses for the privacy. Jack, hold on a second, Ann.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jack. 1 second.
Just that we had talked, we haven't had a hearing on this in a while, but we did talk about a no-cut zone. And I don't know if that, Jeff, is that on the plans anywhere?
No, there is not a no-cut zone, and I'm taking a look to see if there's a tree line shown. Bob says there is. I am seeing a tree line.
You can see it mostly on the development, a lot of the plan, gives you, because it shows the house is a little bit.
Okay.
See around that.
Basically, this lighter shade of green on this little plan you're showing us here.
This here, all this area here is potentially to be lawn. It could be, there may be trees left in between these lot lines.
Yeah.
This is all gonna be, this is all vegetation up in here. All this in here is all vegetation. This is all vegetation. This is all wetlands.
Right. Then you got the 200-foot riverfront there too, right?
Right, we got 200-foot riverfront, we're not.
That's gonna be a no.
All the development will be outside the riverfront and outside the habitat line.
Where's the habitat line?
It's right on the other
Further?
side of the stone wall.
So it's right around that 200-foot area.
No, the 200-foot is up here, much more into this.
Oh, what is that orange line? Oh, the siltation?
That's an overland swale to collect These lots are all down below the street.
Yeah.
So you can't get the runoff from the backyards and development of half the house into the street drainage.
Yeah.
But this is a swale to collect everything, all the runoff from these lots and direct it into the detention basin, which is over here.
That's all good with you, Jeff?
That made sense from hydrology and managing stormwater management,
so
yes,
it's
and it
okay.
was modeled, that way.
Guess you're probably better off anyway than trying to stuff it all in the drainage.
Yeah, otherwise we would have to pick up, we have to bring much more fill into these lots to get these houses up to the big drain towards the street.
Do we put some kind of penalty on if we cut all the trees? You know, because,
Yep, I agree.
kind of penalty, because
yeah.
Well,
there's a history of,
Right.
there's a certain amount of trees that have to be cut to the.
oh, I understand there's a
Right.
certain amount.
So, and then each lot is gonna be individually, so if you want
You designate, could you draw on the
you want
plan?
somebody to review each lot before it goes through a building permit, because none of the lots are gonna require, wetlands filings, because it's all the wetlands, well enough.
Well, I guess it would have to be something that would probably have, would be nice to see something like that where you could keep as many trees as possible on that lot, but we would like, maybe we could get a plan. I mean, I don't know if you want to do each individual lot, or if you want to try to designate it on an average.
We'll know better when we
Put the road in.
well, with the septic system. When we
Put the road in, but I like to, on each individual lot, you only got 8 lots. Just when you go for a lot release,
I mean, you're gonna do a plan anyway.
We gotta do a
You're gonna
plan.
do a separate
Yeah.
plan anyway.
you know,
Yeah, that's fine.
rather than come in and cut all the trees down right
Yeah, I
away.
mean, I don't.
Ann, is that, you comfortable with that, Ann?
I couldn't quite hear it. What was
I
the?
can't either.
Each lot, when he comes in for a building permit, he will, after they get the septic design done and everything, they'll come in and they'll show a designated area of what they're gonna cut and what's not gonna be cut before a building permit is issued.
So to be clear, he's not gonna go in there and just,
Yeah, so you can't go in there and clear cut now before each individual lot will be, taken into consideration of how many trees will be cut.
Each lot will be handled individually.
Yeah,
What I show on the plan is worst-case scenario, to show what the maximum that I feel could be, the trees could be cut, because it affects the hydrology and the stormwater generated. You generate more stormwater through lawn than you do through woods. So I look at a worst-case scenario. Very, very possible that none of this, the tree may not be cut up over here.
right.
And everything, so.
do you have an actual plan showing the lots compared to the open space? Because I'm having trouble finding the end of the lot lines where it meets the darker
The end of
area.
the lot line is where is it? It goes right to the open space right here. That's the end of the lot lines, right after the.
If I may, Mr. Chairman, trying to stay on point, sheet 12 that Bob just pointed out is what's called the lot development plan. It shows the conceptual layout of the lots, the conceptual grading. It does not include a tree line. It does not include, sheet 12 does not include a tree line. This is the set of plans I'm working with.
Yep.
On sheet 12, they could show a tree line.
It's on the one that I
That-
sent you today.
Okay, I'm working on the previous version for, which I received last Tuesday. I can't stay any more current than that, and that's only a week old.
So,
And it doesn't, this plan could show the tree line as we know it as part of the definitive. And I think the tree line should be shown, so that's the baseline for which this board is making a decision. But to John's point, there can be a condition that the tree lines, Damon, whoever pointed out that for when individual lots come forward, there can be an opportunity to compare the tree line on those plans after the septic design has been done, back to the conventional plans, and if there is a difference that's significant, the board can revisit it with the applicant. And to John's point on punitive damages, there should be an opportunity that if they remove more trees, that's what's proved, either on this conventional plan or on those individual plans, once those supersede this conventional plan, It could be something, for example, 2 trees for every one, or something. I've seen these types of conditions. I don't have an example off the top of my head, but I think you can hit all 3 points. Understanding what the conventional development is now by way of the plan being revised if it hasn't been done so already, having the opportunity to review those individual lots later on, and the punitive condition.
Thank you. Jack's got his hand up.
If I may, Damon, I think Jeff is right on here. You know, you gotta hold them to something, and you can't, and they have to show us where they're going to hopefully retain the trees. And if there's a modification, they come to you and tell you why, and then you decide whether that's, you know, appropriate or not. And I have seen, like Jeff is talking about, if they're gonna encroach even more, then there's some kind of retribution or different, mixture of trees somewhere else or something. We'd have to work on that. But I can make a condition that outlines kind of what Jeff is saying.
And I think,
Help me with
No problem.
I think the tree line would probably be your worst, what tree line you're gonna show on there would be your worst case. And then if we could have something that says, okay, well, we don't have to cut 15 feet more that we show here, yeah, that would be, yeah.
When we create each building permit plot plan, we can show the original proposed tree line and the actual.
But it will not go any further than the original proposed.
Correct. And if it's
Okay.
different.
You know,
it's different.
Damon, it's not about this engineer or this developer at all. It's just trying to keep applicants to what they say they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it.
That's right, Jack.
And
Yep,
this is a good way of doing it.
no, I agree. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir?
What is the size of these lots, and is that different than what the town normally requires? And if so, what?
Yes, these lots are 40,000, minimum of 40,000 square feet. That's the minimum you need for a bedroom, for a 4-bedroom house with a well. But the town is, the zoning of the town is 60,000 square feet. The whole purpose of an open space, well, he could have built an 8-lot subdivision with the cul-de-sac going all the way to the end, all the way cut right in here, with 200 feet of frontage, 60,000, but there'd be no open space. So the trade-off for giving the town the open space is to allow the developer to build smaller lots with less frontage and less road.
So it's normally 60, but these are 40.
Well, because of they've have like a conventional subdivisions that they've been doing for years, and then over the years, they've started to do things like this where you have an open space where the town ends up with all this land, and
Keeps everything in a
we
natural
give, we
state.
gotta give a little bit back to, so we say, okay, you can go to a 40,000 square foot lot instead of a 60,000 square foot lot. So it makes a little smaller house lots, you know, you don't get the acre and a half, but the town ends up with a lot more land and a lot less land is developed. So that's what we're trying to accomplish.
And actually, the zoning will allow you to go as low as a 30,000 square foot lot with 100 feet of frontage. You cut the setback in half.
There's less road to maintain later on, too.
You know, with 30,000 doesn't get you a 4-bedroom house with a septic and well, so.
Anybody else? Everybody else? Jack, you got good? Is it all set?
I'm all set.
Yep. We have to go through the waivers one by one and approve them, or do it?
We can do that. So we got the tree inventory. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the tree inventory with the
Waiver.
the waiver, with the condition that we talked about.
Second.
Gil, you know, what you got that in there? And then, Jeff, the cross sections, that number 2 was, what'd you say, it's 50, every 50 feet, right?
Every 50 feet.
Yeah, so they're gonna waive the cross sections, in the road.
Motion to waive the cross section for 50 foot.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Third waiver is, we're gonna go from a 28-foot roadway to a 24-foot paved roadway.
I'll make a motion to make a waiver for the roadway from 28 to 24 feet width.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 4 waiver is sidewalk on one side instead of two through the subdivision.
I'll make a waiver for sidewalk on one side instead of a two sidewalk subdivision.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And a waiver for the soil survey for each individual lot until time allows.
I'll make a waiver for the soil survey to each individual lot to be done before lot release.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
That's out of the way.
We'll close the hearing.
Make a motion to close the hearing for Muddy Brook Estates.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. And then he'll put in. Is that? Hey, what do you want, me to vote on it?
Well, we gotta wait, we gotta make it contingent upon the
Conditions, go with conditions.
Jack, how do you wanna word this for this,
Well, if you're comfortable, what I've written down, I've mentioned verbally about the conditions outlined in the open space bylaw, plus, the condition that Jeff and I will work on regarding a no-cut zone and penalties, et cetera, and that revised plans will be submitted and approved by Graves prior to any endorsement by the board.
okay. I mean, that right there is gonna,
Something to that effect.
pretty much gonna cover everything. We're not gonna sign anything until you tell us it's okay to sign it.
Right.
You're good to go with everything we just talked about, so we'll get that ball, and then, you know, really, before we go any further after that, any lot release, I think we need to resolve Pond Street sooner than later.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sign anything till
So
Pond Street's
David,
done.
what I'll do is I will draft a decision with your permission, obviously passed by the board. I'll give it to Bob and Jeff. Once everybody's comfortable with it, then Gail will get a hold of you and ask you to come in and sign
Sounds good. Thank you. Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Make a motion to approve the plans for.
I'll make a motion to approve the plans for Muddy Brook Estates with the conditions that Jack just outlined.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
All right, so. Get a public hearing for 14 Massasoit Way, special permit for a home and business.
Be on TV.
Anybody here from Massasoit Way? Oh, 12?
Yes. Rob Idelin Barbosa, 12 Massasoit Way.
12?
Okay, are you the applicant, or for this, it says 14? Are you in a butter?
A butter.
It's in
Okay.
the butter.
Anybody on here for 14 Massasoit?
I'm in the butter as well.
We're looking for the applicant.
Thank you, have a good day.
You might need to continue this.
Well, this is the one that we were talked about last time, Jack. This is 14 Massasoit, Julie Kraus.
What are they looking for?
She's looking for the dog grooming,
Dog grooming.
Yeah.
1 to 4 dogs per day. We looked at the,
She's not on here at all?
If I could, this is Sylvia Price at 15 Massasoit Way. Julie Kraus is on the call, but she's saying you, for some reason, we can't hear her.
Tell her to dial *6.
tell her to dial *6.
Hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Julie?
Oh, okay. Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear us?
Yeah, yep, all set.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I had to just press star. I didn't know it was star 6.
No problem.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. Take care.
Take care, Jack.
So,
Be safe going home.
do you have any questions on this?
I have no idea what we're talking about.
We're talking to the, so Julie, can you explain what you're trying to accomplish over there?
Yes, I want to do dog grooming out of my house. I'm only going to be working during mom hours, so I plan to take clients starting at, I probably take one client at 9 and then another one at noon. So it's very small volume, 2 to 4 dogs at the most. And it shouldn't generate any extra traffic because people just come, they walk to walk to the back, and then they're just going to drop off, and then I'll tell them when to return. So it's like a very quick drop-off pickup service, and very small volume.
Okay.
Is this allowed?
I looked on the.
We couldn't find it.
Jack, did you look any further into that? Last meeting, we were looking into it. I mean, it's basically it is allowed by a special, we do need to do a special
I
permit.
did look into it, and I talked to John, I believe via email or through Gail, that there's a stipulation in your bylaws says that if it's similar to what the allowed home occupations are, you can hear it as a special permit.
Okay, that's why it is here as a special permit. Okay.
Now, I don't, if I may, Damon, Gail, did we talk to the clerk for Board of Health about this?
Well, that's something that she might have to go.
Yeah.
Did you talk to anybody at the Board of Health, Julie?
No, I don't. No, I didn't know I had.
I thought we talked to Missy about this, and she knew about it. and was
I think she
opposed
sent
to
an
it.
email to Tom Ryder. But she never got back to me, and Missy is no longer working for the
The
town.
bylaw book with you.
Well, I think the Board of Health needs to chime in on this.
Well, it's going to
Okay.
be very difficult because we have no one there.
Well, we have an engineer that, so, I mean,
Yes.
I guess maybe what we need to do is, we can certainly, we'll talk to everybody here, but, and if the board decides to, approve the special permit, but you may need approval from the Board of Health as you are, it's additional water, it's your septic system.
Right, I think that's what it was,
Things like that may need to just get a little, not that you need to upgrade your septic system, but maybe you just need to.
Yeah, I know. I do remember them saying that. It's not really like a dog. It's not like we're filling the tub and putting the dog in. It's more just like a shower. So it's like a quick. It's a very fast
Right,
process.
right.
So I really don't think it would
She may need a hearing.
too
to
much
say-
with the amount of volume I take in.
Yeah, and you know what, and I agree with you, and I think that that's probably just something that, just a blessing from them. Yeah, I know they don't, it's not like you're putting them in a hot tub. You just spray them off and you do your thing, but.
Right, yeah, it's very quick.
Yeah, I think that it just might be something that just need to run by them, just like we do with the building permits, with conservation and everything like that.
Right now, we don't have
Okay.
anyone there.
Well, I know, but Tom, we could probably get it.
Maybe I could-
You just have to get it to Tom.
Okay.
Just say, listen, Tom.
I will call
This is what
him.
we're trying to do. Is
Okay.
everybody okay with this? Just
Okay.
one more step that you gotta take.
All right.
Shouldn't be anything, you just can probably come in and see Gail and the building department, and she'll, maybe, do you have any, like a copy of a septic design or a plot plan of your house? You probably should.
Yeah, we must.
Yeah, I think you probably do, yeah.
Yeah,
And you haven't been there that long, so,
right.
yeah, if you could get something like that, you might, get that you can get that to the town's engineer. He can just give you your
Okay.
blessing, and that way there, if anybody comes down on it, at least you got all your ducks in a row.
Right, okay.
Any abutters that have any questions or concerns with 14 Massasoit?
Rob Barbosa, 12 Massasoit Way. Got a couple questions.
Yep.
Okay.
For this business, do you have to pull a permit and build a facility a certain way? Or do you just do it in-house?
No, you just have to do it like for plumbing. Like my husband had to pull a plumbing permit, to put the tub in. And if you did, we didn't have to do any electrical work, but if we did, we'd have to pull a permit for that. But it's very small and, it's just a small room with a tub and grooming table. It's, it's nothing crazy.
What you're asking, sir, is probably you're saying, is there gonna be an additional structure that's gonna be built on the property?
Yes. Is there any limitations? I understand it's a small number of dogs, but just trying to understand the magnitude.
Well, she's saying 2 to 4
No
dogs.
basement, so we didn't have to really do anything.
I'd suggest, Damon, that if you're going to eventually approve this, you limit it to whatever she's saying.
Correct, yeah, oh, definitely, that will be.
That was my thought.
Yeah, we definitely,
Yeah.
she's saying 2 to 4 dogs a day.
4 dogs a day.
4 dogs will be your max.
Not more than 4 a day.
Right.
And that's 5 days a week? Would that be 5 days a week?
Yeah, usually, probably, I'm probably 4 days is what I'm looking to do.
So it's not gonna be 7.
Yeah. And during the week,
What was that?
It's not gonna be 7 days.
Oh, no. No way. I wouldn't be able to handle that.
So we just.
No, it's just something to earn additional income and, while the kids are in school, but then I'm still home for when they get home from school and I can, drive them to their activities and all that.
She may need,
In other words, no more than 20 dogs per week.
she may need a hair into something. She may need a hair into something.
well, that's why I just want you to talk to the,
Plumbing permit, the plumbing inspector should have.
Okay.
talk to the Board of Health, just in case there's anything that we don't know about, where you are washing dogs, if there's something that maybe some sort of a trap that needs to be installed in the house,
Okay.
before it goes into your septic system, so it doesn't, you don't wanna find out
No, I know that.
2 years from now that
Right.
you just damage your whole septic system and have to do a new one.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Just kinda
No,
looking
that's a
out,
good
we're
point.
kinda looking out for you and for us in the same boat.
Okay.
All right, so, what we can do, I guess,
Condition of the Board of Health approval,
yes.
limited to 4 dogs a day, 5 days a week.
Okay, so the way it's gonna be drawn is,
Not yet.
we're gonna,
That's just a suggestion.
I was just gonna say.
yeah, this is, if they do, vote to approve, it's gonna be 4 dogs a day, 5 days a week,
Yep.
and that's gonna be, contingent to the Board of Health approval.
Okay.
Damn, I'll just do no more than 20 dogs per week.
Okay,
And then she does it in 3 days, so what?
okay, yeah, okay, so, make a motion,
You gonna make it, Barry?
Go ahead.
I make a motion for
special,
a special permit for
Contingent upon Board of Health requirements.
I have an additional question.
yes?
Hi, this is Nick Ciantra, 11 Massasoit Way, and we're neighbors of Julie.
Yep.
And, they've been very good neighbors, and we're very friendly with them. So, but I just had a question around how this may be grandfathered if they were to move and someone else were to move in, and kind of signage and, what would be the process for someone else to take over the business? Any additional kind of stipulations around
I don't think that can be grandfathered in.
parking or anything along those lines? Just, it's more around questions around, kind of what would happen if the, were to move, but, if something would change.
Go ahead,
I can help, Damon.
yep,
the special permit will run with the applicant. Now, that doesn't mean a new owner could not come in front of you, but they'd have to go through the whole process. And they are allowed an unlit sign that does not exceed 2 square feet.
Thank you, Jack.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions?
Yeah, one more question, just on parking. Vehicles parking in the cul-de-sac to
Right.
get the dogs and stuff. What is are they pulling in the driveway?
So, no, I was gonna have them pull in front of like in front of the house and then, walk through actually the right side because it's kind of steep. If they went down the driveway, it's like very steep going down our backyard. We're like on a hill. So they would park in front of where our walk is in front of our house and then walk, around the right of our house. But it's quick. It's they would be coming in, dropping off their dog, talking to me for like a minute, and then leaving. It's all drop off. And then I message them and let them know, when the dog's going to be ready, and then they can come back and, pick their dog up. So it's very quick. Yeah, it shouldn't generate any, crazy extra traffic or anything like that.
Very good. Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a question. Is it one dog drop off at a time? Do you stagger them through
Please
the
state your
day?
name.
Yeah, it's one appointment at a time. Siblings can come together. I would take siblings together, but it's just one client at a time. So the other dog doesn't come until the first dog leaves.
And they're all housed in your house when they're there?
Yeah, so it's in the walkout basement. And it's one client at a time and it's very, and it's only going to be like 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So it's not, it's very quick. I really only have time for really 2 clients a day because it takes a while.
Thank you, Julie.
And who in town oversees to be sure that it's just the 2 to 4 dogs per day?
Well, if you made a complaint,
If somebody wants to count how many dogs go in and out a day, that's fine, and they can call and complain. But as of right now, we're gonna take Julie's word for it that she's only gonna do 2 to 4 dogs a day, and hope that she's an honest resident of the town of Mendon.
Okay, thanks.
Ask her who she was.
Huh?
Ask her who she was.
Oh, ma'am, are you Nick Ciantra?
No, I'm his wife, Sue.
Okay, no, I just want to make sure we just write it down so we know who was talking. Thank you, Sue.
Okay.
You have anything else?
Yep. No, I'm just wondering, when is it gonna start?
Well, she's going to have to go, she comes through planning board today, and if we approve this, then the next step would be that she's going to talk to the Board of Health and make sure she complies with everything with them. And then
Okay.
the permit will be issued through the building department and planning board. And
I see.
then she could get on her way.
Great, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't think
All right,
there's nobody else, go ahead.
I make a motion for 14 Massasoit Way for dog grooming for Julie Kraus for no more than 20 dogs per week. That should be it.
contingent upon Board of Health.
Contingent upon the Board of Health approval.
Right.
Okay, so I'll just talk to Gail.
1 second, Julie.
I'll talk to Gail and find out how to move forward with the Board of Health.
Yeah, yes, 1 second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yes, Julie, you can talk to Gail and she'll put you in contact, but you probably should bring your, if you can find a set of plans that might show your septic system and, your house and everything on the plan, that will help the Board of Health determine what needs to be, approved or, tell you that you might need something different inside the house.
Okay,
If you have specifications for the sink, the dog
Yeah.
grooming sink you're putting in, be a good idea to bring that too, to show whether it has a hair interceptor on it or any type of trap on it to take care of the dog hair. That would help with the
right,
Board of Health.
okay.
Yeah, you let them know, if it is it's a grooming tub, it might have something already in place there that, like you said, that does intercept the hair. Okay?
Okay,
All right, thank you.
okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so that's approved. yeah.
More, 200 Providence Street?
200 Providence Street, special permit for home and business.
That's me.
Come on up.
Your turn.
Yay. Hi.
Maybe, hopefully you don't have a big crowd on there.
Are you doing dogs or
Am I doing what?
dogs?
No, no dogs.
Okay.
No dogs. But the house was a dog rescue.
Okay.
So my husband and I just purchased it in July, and it already has the outbuildings established for what I want to do, which is massage and aesthetics. I am an esthetician, I am a massage therapist, and I also teach these modalities at the school that I learned them. So I'm not looking to do this full-time. I am looking to just work smarter, not necessarily harder. I already work at a spa 2 days every week and then every other Saturday in Grafton, so I'm going to keep that. I also, like I said, teach, and then I also babysit my grandson. The home that we have also has an in-law apartment, so I'm blessed and have my grandson there with me. And I just want to be able to continue what I'm doing with the small clientele that I have. So kind of similar to the last lady that was just talking about modified hours, not looking to have open appointments. This is going to be by appointment only. Where I came from in Bellingham, I was able to have a home office. So I do have clients that are looking to still come back. And the way that I grew that business was by referral. It's always been, they told their friends or family, and that's how I would have them come to me, because it is my home, and I don't want to have just anybody coming into it, even though it is really neat setup that when you pull into the driveway, it goes about 140 feet down, and there's like a little archway and stairs that lead down to these two little outbuildings. It has its own bathroom. It is attached to the home, but it's separate. I don't have to have them come through my home, which is different than what I had in Bellingham. They literally had to come through my living room into my home. So this is very exciting to me. If I could have this happen and get it approved, I would be absolutely thrilled.
And it's all one at a time type of thing.
It is. And I'm looking to do small, like what she is. I'm looking to do maybe 4 clients a week,
Yeah.
maybe 3 days a week.
No spa, what do you do, massage, but not hot tubs, saunas?
No,
Just
no.
like massage, nails, facials.
Yeah, no nails,
No, but,
massage,
yeah.
facials, little face waxing.
So nothing that involves large amounts of water or anything
No.
like that, right?
Nothing like what she's doing now.
Right.
Bathroom, they would use the toilet.
Yeah, yes,
and wash their
exactly.
hands.
Right, maybe not even that, right?
Yeah.
Food use?
What's that?
It's in the food use?
As a matter of fact, I think it is, yes. Jack, do you, second here, table of uses.
I feel like it says no nails and no hairdressing in the town laws, if I read it correctly, from my zone, from my, like the.
I don't know why that's
address.
like that.
I mean, I don't even, yeah, right, I
I
mean,
really don't understand. Yeah, why?
Did you ask me a question, Damon?
Yeah, esthetician, massage therapy, that falls under,
It's in there.
yeah, I know, because I saw it the other day, when we were looking for something else.
This is special permit too, though.
Number 38,
Page 38?
item 38, page 25.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I was close. Yeah, personal care services, body beauty parlors and nail salons.
What did it say, Dan?
Personal care services such as barber shops, beauty parlors, and nail salons, but that's a no, but that's not what she's doing.
I like to think of myself as more medical, helping people live their best lives pain-free.
Right, yeah. Making them feel better, not making
Yeah.
them look better, right? Well, you are making them look a little
Well,
bit
facials, absolutely, but it is, the skin is an organ. It's the largest organ of the body,
better. Yep.
keeping it healthy.
Just give me a second here, I just want to see it, so I can, in case anybody's listening, we know we know what we're talking about. Anything else, Dan, you think of?
Home business is on page 28, item 7, it's got all the specifics there.
I'm not permitted in, only if conformed to, no.
I can't hear him. What are we referring to?
Well, they're doing she was gonna do like a massage therapy type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, no nails, no barber shops, no beauty parlor, you know, just basically facial and massage, stuff like that, you know? I'm just trying to find it here in the,
Well, I put it under the profession of medicine. And it says, home occupations other than the above specified, but having similar attributes may be allowed by special permit.
there you go.
I mean,
I like that.
Where'd you see that?
Right there, on page 28.
28.
Whole item 7, the last paragraph, it says the following home occupation.
Okay, got it, yep, thank you.
it gives you a lot of latitude.
Well, I guess that's probably, there was a reason for that, so that we could, there was a special permit.
They didn't list every single possibility. I would have liked to seen more in there, but it is what it is.
Well, maybe we can do something down the road with that, now that we see this stuff coming in front of us. Any questions, or anybody on,
Any abutters?
any butters on, yes, anybody here for 200 Providence Road?
No hands up?
I'm gonna butter.
Okay. Any questions or concerns?
My full support.
Full
No
support?
concerns.
Thank you
Oh.
very much.
We might have a customer.
You guys are good, I'll make a motion.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the special permit for 200 Providence Street with no conditions.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
There you go.
Good luck.
Happy massaging. Thank you, guys. And Gail, do you have to?
I will send them a special thing that says special permit.
Okay,
Yep.
good. So Gail will send you, especially, you'll get a permit in the mail, and then you can do your thing.
Thank you so much.
Right?
Thank
Take
you for
care.
your help, Gail.
Okay, you're welcome.
Good luck with everything.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And
Good night.
bye, guys, thank you.
Jamie, I'll talk to you.
Talk to you soon.
Gail.
Oh, good night, Jack.
Good night, Jack, thanks.
So Gail, Julie will get in contact with you, and.
Yeah, what I'll do is I will call
Tom.
Tom.
Yeah, but it'd be good that if she can show you what the manufacturer specs are on the,
Yeah, but the thing is who's gonna send it to him?
well, I mean, if I gotta send it to him, I will. I mean,
You
but
know,
I mean,
let me see what he says first, because I don't know what Missy sent him.
I mean,
you know,
somebody's gotta be
Missy-
taking care of Board of Health stuff.
Yeah, Missy sent him
can't really.
something. I don't know if it was just an email or what,
What he was gonna develop if he didn't do that.
but I'll check with him tomorrow on it.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, it's adjourned. You can send it, thanks.
Oh, who made the motion to close the meeting?
Barry. Barry and John.